Our speaker is Zongpei Dai from Army Medical University in Chongqing, China. Today, she presents her talk on the topic, Construction of Concept in 7 Components of Metacapacity to Love, based on Fromm's theory of love.
Hello everyone, it is a great honor for me to be invited here today to share my current research work with you. My name is Zongpei and you can call me PZ. I'm a PhD candidate from Army Medical University in Chongqing, China. Today, my title of my presentation is Construction of Concept and 7 Components of Metacapacity to Love, based on Fromm's theory of love. To begin, I would like to share with a very simple but fundamental question. That is, why do some people seem to have consistent, satisfying, or desirable intimate relationships, whether with their parents, friends, or romantic partners, while others struggle again and again? This question motivated the current study. And to know this, we first need to reconsider how we understand love itself. When we reviewed classical theories, Fromm proposed a very important idea. He argued that in love, the object of love is not the core issue. What truly matters is whether a person has the capacity to love. According to Fromm, love is not merely an emotional state, but it is a productive psychological capacity, one that helps individuals overcome loneliness and build genuine interpersonal connections. This naturally raises another question: what does this capacity come from? Maybe I think both attachment theory and object relations theory can explain the origin of capacity to love. First, attachment theory suggests that infants who experience stable, sensitive, and consistent care from their mothers gradually can develop a secure internal mode of love. And object relations theory further explains how this capacity extends beyond the mother, as individuals learn that the same person can be both comforting and frustrating and still be loved as an independent other. So importantly, as individuals grow, this capacity do not remain limited to early caregiving. It may impact the adult intimate relationships. Here there are some empirical studies. They suggest that although different intimate relationships emphasize different aspects of love, for example, altruism in family relationships, passion in romantic relationships, or equality in friendship, there are shared components across all of them. For example, some researchers found that positive responsiveness, authentic connection, and a sense of stability are universal essentials for feeling loved. And based on this literature, we propose that the capacity to love may function as a meta-capacity to love. It is a higher-order psychological resource that allows individuals to adapt across different relations contexts. There are 3 reasons for this. First, certain behavioral patterns of love appear across relationships. For example, speaking gently or showing care, just like as mother-infant interactions when we communicate or interacted with my friends or partner. And second, love is dynamic. Romantic relationships may gradually develop characteristics of kinship or friendship. And third, different relationships roles can coexist. Many couples describe their partners as both a lover and a best friend, right? So we propose that the capacity to love exists across a relationship times, and we term it meta-capacity to love. However, this concept lacks a formal scientific definition and a systematic exploration. Accordingly, another unresolved question is, what are the core components of this meta-capacity to love? Fromm proposed care, respect, responsibility, and knowledge as the universal components of love. And similarly, more recent empirical studies suggest that like trust, acceptance, commitment, or responsiveness may also be essential. However, these ideas have not yet been integrated into an unified framework. Therefore, the aim of our study was to systematically explore the concept and the core component of meta-capacity to love. Try our best. To address this issue, we adopted a mixed methods design consisting of 3 parts. They are systematic literature analysis, content assessment, and structured interviews. I will now briefly introduce each part. First, we conducted a systematic search of love-related literature in major databases. After screening, 51 eligible articles were included for analysis, and all these articles were evaluated using Jonah Bridges Institute criteria to ensure methodological quality. From these studies, we extracted both conceptual characteristics of meta-capacity to love and potential candidate components. Next, we summarized these candidate components structured from the literature into a list and invited experts and young adults to evaluate them. They are asked 2 questions. First, whether a given term such as care should be considered a capacity that exists across different relationships. Second, if answer is yes, so how important that component is. Based on these responses, we calculated centrality and importance scores for each component. And finally, because literature-based findings may not fully reflect lived experience, we conducted semi-structured interviews. Participants were invited to recall real experiences of giving and receiving love in family, peer, romantic relationships. And finally, we used the thematic analysis, extracted conceptual characteristics and core components from these narratives. And finally, we found that first, from a bibliometric perspective, the results show that most love-related research focuses on intimate relationships rather than the non-intimate relationships, and with the type of review accounting for a large proportion. And the empirical research has increased rapidly since 2010, indicating that growing scientific interest in this area. And from the literature analysis, we identify 3 key characteristics of meta-capacity to love from the literature. First, it promotes the establishment and development of intimate relationships. And second, it operates across different relationship types. And third, it develops through the ongoing process of perceiving and expressing love. And then for the component part, in total, first, 36 candidate components were identified from the literature, and among them, care, trust, and sharing appeared most frequently. We evaluated components using 3 quantitative indicators. First is frequency, and second is literature quality, and third is literature influence. By integrating these indicators, we calculated a comprehensive quality score for each component. And after ordered these components by percentile rank, we can see the right picture. The top components were care, trust, and compassion. And then experts and young adults then evaluated these components. They can refer to these indicators. And finally, we can say that the experts and young adults evaluated in different thought. For example, the experts identified 5 core components based on critical value followed affairs approach. There are care, trust, respect, responsibility, and acceptance. The young adults agree with this, and additionally emphasized another 6 components. Okay, from the interviews, 2 conceptual characteristics consistently emerged. They are cross relationships and promoting function. These are very similar to the results of the literature analysis. And importantly, 7 components were identified across the 3 relation domains. And finally, by integrating quantitative findings and interview results, we constructed the final framework of meta-capacity to love. We can see the picture. First, meta-capacity to love refers to the ability to perceive or express love across intimate relationship types, help individuals establish and sustain family, peer, and romantic relationships. And it consists of 7 components. They are care, respect, responsibility, knowledge, and trust, acceptance, and responsiveness. Okay, conceptually, this framework aligns with evolutionary theory, which views love as supporting both survival and reproduction. And from a developmental perspective, attachment-based experiences in family provide the function for later intimate relationships. So meta-capacity love should be the psychological resource or abilities which can works in different intimate relationships. And among the 7 components, 4 align closely with Fromm's original theory, while 3 emerged as novel contributions. And each component has their own independent functions, but they may also interact dynamically. But it is an issue for future research. And in summary, this study makes 3 main contributions. First, it clarifies the concept of meta-capacity to love and provides a structured theoretical framework. And then it offers guidance for maybe improving relationship quality and mental health. And at the same time, there are limitations. First, the literature may not be fully included, and all participants were from Chinese cultural context, so the cross-cultural validation is needed to further explore. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I would be very happy to answer any questions or discuss potential collaborations if need. Thank you.